To arms! Wait! It's his lordship von Valencius. I thought it was Chorder's dogs with another inspection. Stand down. False alarm. Yeah. I mean, if we were the bad guys, we could easily infiltrate this place. But hey, good for you, we're the nice guys. And I guess that's Hieronymus. And there we have Ladame. You have no other options, Rizza. If you abandon Footfall to Jordan and flee, where are you going to sell your goods, or restock your supplies? It will just be a slow death for you, and all of you. No missiles, no water, no air. Look at bargaining with the inevitable and follow the plan. Which I might have been good to bring here. Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, we basically never had her in our team. Your plan is a suicide pact. You have no allies, no weapons, no... nothing. The Ladame and Rizza notice you, and the old pirate grins sarcastically. You're trying to play above your league, Vacamo. You've taken on a rogue trader dynasty with only a handful of cutthroats and a couple of guns to your name. I see your march to the gallows is more of a gallop. Turning away from Rizza, Ladame's expression does not change, but an indistinct curse falls from his lips. Liege Tokora, my greetings. Ladame replies in a ceremonious voice. My apologies for being unable to receive your lordship in my office. My present status imposes certain limitations on me. Greetings, your lordship. And as for you, Vacamo, I've got nothing to add. Your plan's utter crap and the kind of gamble I don't take. I leave you to think about your prospects and maybe realize that using my shuttle would be a better idea, while the shuttle and I are still here. And it would be dogmatic to kill them all. Sounds like really stupid dogmatic to go along with Incendia. I mean, what looks at Vladane. Well. The former leech looks angry and focused. Of course, we save Footfall Station from starvation. His coat collar is unbuttoned, showing the meshwork of Karamite reinforced armor hidden underneath. He's wearing a gun holster on his side. Now that Vladame has thrown off the mask of a disgruntled bureaucrat, his sleeves are rolled up, showing his old bandit tattoos. He's exuding an aura of imperious cruelty. So, how's the station faring? It's turned into a kingdom of death, executing protesters, cracking down on corrupt traders, and suppressing dissent are all good, useful policies within reasonable limits. I've used them myself, in fact. However, this Lady Chorda, reasonable limits are distant memory at this point. Agreed. Fortunately, I've been preparing for that turn of event ever since the first time that Hag tried to take Footfall. He helped us then, giving me time to organize. I set our weapons, caches, enlisted more fighters, and deleted my agent's data from the Cogitator network. When Chorda took power, she thought she'd won, but the station was still mine. To an extent. So I guess if we would have surrendered, or handed over Footfall to Chorda, he would already be dead. My little army is waging war on the enforcers. We slaughter patrols, wrestle back detains, and punish those who collaborate with the enemy, or are close to someone who does. The dame's ruthless smile is like a jagged steel trap. Incendia has her reprisals, and I have mine. Everyone must remember that there are consequences for collaborating with the occupation force. I see your position of power has not changed you, still the man that you always were. The dame smiles tersely. Old habits never go away. I'll admit, I didn't exactly miss these days of my youth, but to find myself in the line of fire again is invigorating. Your lordship, I'm asking you for help, not only on my behalf, of the not yet scared, shitless part of the station dwellers, but on behalf of the Caspelica mission as well. My people and my organization's assets are in a vulnerable position. Help us protect our interests, and we'll help protect yours. The Caspelica mission highly values its partnership with you. Whee! So, what kind of help do you expect from me? A general uprising will be doomed. The enforcers have isolated the asteroids. You can't strike out against Incendia. She has the greater numbers, and her throne's refractive field would protect her from any attack. An insidious smile appears on the Liege's lips. So we'll ask her ladyship to come to us, exploiting her overconfidence. If she wants my blood, let her come and spill it. She knows we use the Massacres as our meeting place. If you let the enforcers know I can be found and grabbed in here, she will come. Hardly with a throne in tow, I imagine. We'll lure her into a trap, kill her, and take her back to Footfall. And take back Footfall. Sounds like the best option to get rid of Incendia. I've understood your plan. An unblinking gaze fixes upon you. I hope you're finding it promising. I will have you overthrow Corda. Each second of her continued rule will cost the lives of hundreds of innocent people. I'm glad you're with us, or your lordship. This is a fight we must be well prepared for. As a colleague of mine used to say, if your brain doesn't hurt from all the thinking of where to hide, you'll find out even your skull isn't thick enough once the fight is on. Which sounds especially ironic considering how he died. I'd like to ask your opinion on how prepared we are to entertain Lady Incendia. Perhaps some of those gathered in here will support us. Rezza's people, Hieronymus zealots, even Octavianus regulars. We can use whomever we can get. If you think that it may be worth fortifying our positions or preparing a few surprises for your guests, my people in Arsenal are at your disposal. All you have to do is say the word. As soon as we are ready, send Shorter a message saying I'm here. Let her come. We settle our differences the Footfall way, with the gunfight. Okay, then look around first. See if we can ask some people to help us. Hey, Hieronymus. But the Drusians don't like me much. The Emperor protects, young one Valencius. What has brought you here? Perhaps you would like to confess? Penitence is the first step on the path of redemption. How about no? Reverend, I want to stop Incendia. Help me. Are you openly declaring you intend to move against an exactor of the Emperor's justice? And why should I, her mentor in the faith, help you commit that act of treachery? Iconoclast fanatic. Because actions fly in the face of all that you believe in, that you truly believe in. Incendia's world has no place for redemption or mercy or penitence. The sight of such world please your eyes? Hieronymus' eyes filled with bitter sadness. No, it would not. My way of serving him has always been different from the ecclesiarchy's beaten paths. I mean, he himself used to be evil, right? Or, well, not dogmatic. St. Drusen's doctrine taught me virtues that are unknown to many among the righteous, and I, in return, taught them to my brothers and sisters. I tried to teach them to Incendia too, but she chose a different path. It is time for me to remind her of those lessons. Now you have banished my doubt. I will do what must be done. St. Drusus faithful will aid you in battle. Neat. Who needs to be dogmatic? Tech use.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Ambush time. Let's see if we can talk with the Casbalica mission. No, they're not here. What if a barricade to be assembled out of the rubbish? Here we go.
Was that supposed to be a challenge?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Ulfar has a really cool voice. Oh, by the way, Alistair, I think you missed last time the whole talk with Ulfar I had. I really like him. He's a cool companion. Suspicious Prowler.
There.
Deckhands are used to contain a cheap ammo sack, which, for the sake of attractiveness, has obviously been enriched with a deodorizing agent. But we can't talk to them. Riza. Giovanna looks tired, but finds the strength to smile briskly. She pours 2 shots of a clear yellowish liquid with streaks of promethium in it, slides one toward Riza. Let's drink to her infallible ladyship Chorla's mercy and good judgment, wherever they are right now. You're quite the poet, Octi. Yes, indeed. One would hate it if Lady Chorla's ill health affected our own. Have you by any chance run into Lady Chorla's good judgment on your journeys, your lordship? The pilot laughs hoarsely. But we can ask after Jai. Have you seen Jai? She left my ship and has not shown up since. Javiana rubs her jaw, Ogmatic anxiously. The silly girl went out all alone to get her people out of Falco's clutches. I told her to wait a little till we sorted out our current business. Then we could blend them together. But no, not Hydari. They're the ones as stubborn as a head of Groxus. So the guys didn't need that much time and vanished. I guess that might be the quest we could have gotten. Space Wolves are one of the best chapters of Space Marines, got some really funny characters. Yeah, I really like this kind of Norse Viking vibe they have. Oh well, not just vibe, mentality. Riza and I need to exchange a few words. Riza casts a glance at Octaviana's direction, waits for her to take the hint, and look away, then says, "At your lordship's service." USP is the pirate, and he senses the burden of her transgressions is so heavy that it will soon drag her under. Her fear has allowed her malicious will to sink its claws into her soul and tear it slowly to pieces. Yikes. It's nice that we can use Iconoclast so often just to remind people of doing good and coming to their senses. Riza, the forces you have opened yourself up to will be your undoing. And what's more, your crew too will pay for that with their souls. Because of you. Can we uncorrupt her? Riza's expression turns to stone. She peers tensely into her glass, as if trying to find some answer on its bottom. Finally, she raises eyes at you, looking incredibly tired. You're cruel, you know, your lordship? The way you found where this old pirate was hiding unconscious and dragged it kicking and screaming into light. I got in over my head and almost dragged my guys down with me. I'd be a crap captain if I allowed my fear to kill my crew. Thank your esteemed self for talking some sense into me. Got a light? Did we actually just uncorrupt her? Insane. The pirate casually rips some kind of amulet from her neck with a beast-fanged head crowned by horns. She tosses it into a near-empty glass of rotgut, throws the match she offered after her. The contents of the glass are immediately engulfed in unholy purple flame. A minute later, all that's left is ash and a nasty puddle of black metal at the bottom. Satisfied with the result, Riza smashes the glass to the floor. You know, Red Aim needs your help. Your lordship, this plan is the death throes of a cornered and condemned man who's grasping at imaginary straws. The Vacamo was once smart, shrewd and wily, but now he's simply refusing to admit he's already lost. We modest dealers are no match for a rogue trader. It would be different, of course, if we were strongly motivated or had a rogue trader on our side. Riza looks you straight in the eye, her meaning quite clear. You can also just bribe her. Spoken like a cowardly crone. Not a dreaded pirate captain. Riza flashes her eyes and scowls. Didn't talk to me like that, your lordship. The times we're living in, barely anyone in the Expanse remembers who old Riza is. I'm not getting any respect anymore. That means they need a reminder. And they're going to get one. Nice. Bullying people into doing the right thing. Oh, what the wop. My crew and I will take part in your little uprising. But don't ask me for details. Old Riza prefers to keep quiet about the backstage side of her insidious and sudden strikes. Nice. Octaviana, we have a plan for stopping Chorda. You know, your help would be of use. The woman looks at you pensively. And by we, you mean you, Vladane. And Vladane. He always has a plan, but it's by far not always the best plan. Why should I believe in your idea? And once again, we can use Iconoclast instead of Persuasion, which we would also just win. And Edward points to the people in the hall with a sweeping gesture. This is not about those... This is not about whose idea it is, but who we are doing it for. For the people on Footfall. For you, Octaviana. For your freedom from an insane zealot's reign of terror. The patrons greet your last sentence with an enthusiastic roar. Your heartfelt speech resonated with the commoners and seems to have stirred Octaviana too. You sure know how to be persuasive, your lordship. You're right. You're ready to risk your life for us, and here I am, being picky like a noble offered a Nutri-bar made of ground corpses. You can count on me. I don't have any fighters, but I do have a shipment of non-human weapons. Lethal, but with no guarantee of quality. Figuring on how it even works will be tricky enough. But that still beats the junk Vladame's cutthroats are armed with. They can have a round on the house. Nice. I'd say we are prepared. Order mine to be set here. You're not.
I always keep my options open.
Order the fuel barrels be placed throughout the room. Let's prepare everything.
Both strong and wise is Ulfar.
Keep your wits about you.
And not very subtle with that voice. Okay, let's do this. I see no issue in letting Incendia know we are here. Get ready. Your enemies will be here soon. We'll send my least important associates to the entrance to take the brunt out of the initial assault. They should thin our guest numbers. Not thinking, the dame reaches for his pistol to check how easily it slides out of his holster. Then he smiles. It's an easygoing, young, and bloodthirsty smile. I'd almost forgotten how much I love all this. Stay where you are. Lay down your weapons. We are here for the criminal Vladame Tokora and his accomplices. Members of the heretic Vladame Tokora gang, lay down your arms and face righteous justice. Yeah, you can just ask us to kill ourselves. Let's make the soldiers bleed. Down with the hangwoman. I hoped you would respond like this. Enforce us attack. For Incendia. For the Emperor. I guess off to battle. It already sounds like battle music. Did we have a mine here? Flame rages in Chorda's furious gaze as she surveys the bar. The figure seems to exude a ruthless radiance, cruel, like the scorching sun of a desert world. Rebels and heretics! I, rogue trader Incendia Chorda, master of Footfall and defender of justice, am ordering you to lay down your arms. Harsh justice awaits those who surrender, and ignoble death awaits the rest. The dame takes out a pistol slowly and says in a lazy drawl, Incendia Chorda, I, the dame the Vacamo, am ordering you to get off my turf before I blow your brains out and throw your corpse for a loop. And once more, with Iconoclast, we could try to influence Incendia. Oh, you couldn't convince her to stop, Alistair? Interesting. I wonder if it works with the Iconoclast one. Repent, Incendia. You've lapsed and turned into a monster. Incendia raises an eyebrow and asks in a concerned voice, has horror driven you out of your mind, Edward? But it's a starting point. I've seen your thirst for blood. You revel in the sentencing and the executing. Are you going to dispute that? Am I lying? Well, the law Imperium check will be hard if we have to do both. You're not lying. I do enjoy it. Chaos gods help me. 67% chance to succeed. Your verdicts bear no relation to the confided code of the Imperium. create arbitrariness, create your own law, which means your own Imperium. That is heresy. It worked! Nice! For a rogue trader, the ultimate crime is to reject the Emperor's protection and make their reign absolute, becoming a brush rival of God and a blasphemous tyrannical heresy. Incendia lowers her head. Shadows seem to thicken around the hall. The radiance fades from her eyes. Enough. I repent. I yearned to serve the Emperor, but exacting vengeance upon his foes was so delicious that I abandoned my duty for the sake of my gratification. I made Footfall my house of pleasures. I was a harsh judge, not because it is what he wanted, but because what I wanted. I executed those his law forbade to execute, putting themselves above the Emperor as the most terrible act a rogue trader could commit. I have lapsed into heresy, and I must be convicted. Judge me, Edward. I, who strayed, commit myself to his mercy and his harshness. Sounds like Seneschal was influencing her. Thought so too, especially with the brain eating. But she seems to have cleared up. State your crimes. Arrogance was born in my heart, and it trembled on my sense of duty. I forgot the Emperor's commandments, which are strict as they are merciful, and became a bringer of death and death only. I was not serving the Imperium of humanity, I was building a pitiful parody of its creation. What can you say in your defense? I only dreamt of being a worthy servant of the Emperor, of doing his will, of punishing his enemies, of turning this corrupt and decrepit system into an abode that is worthy of his light and does not diminish his greatness. Whew. Okay. We can banish her, we can execute her, or we can say, be your own judge. I guess if we say be your own judge, she would probably just kill herself. After everything she did... I think morally, Edward would definitely kill her. I'm just trying to gauge whether maybe having an ally in really trying times at the Koronus Expanse is something which weighs more. I mean, it's the question. If she remains like that, it really feels like she sees her guilt. The question is for how long? Let's go with the more calculating aspect of Edward and go for the potential ally. The verdict will be lenient, Incendia Chorder. I banish you from Footfall. Depart. I deserve no quarter, but I accept my punishment, and I'm going into exile to do my penance. Farewell, Edward. Morally, she doesn't deserve that at all. Yeah. Emperor, have mercy on me. I doubted before, but no, I see they were unwarranted. Of all defenders of the Expanse, only she was worthy of being his shield. Her repentance is but further proof of it. I was a fool to not believe in her. Is this how the cleansing of Footfall ends? What? No. Anonymous cries out in woe and looks around the hall with ferocious eyes. Incendia may not have been the holiest and purest of the Emperor's tools. No. But who will be left out here when she's gone? Him? Her? Hieronymus points at his finger at Vladame, then Rizza, and finally, you. You? Are you going to protect the law and the faith? Emperor's faithful. Our protector was caught in a web of conspiracy. She was lied to. Therefore, let us avenge her and carry on her course. When thou hast stepped into the nest of corruption, destroy those that dwell therein. Smite and torment them like his wrathful instrument that knoweth no fear. Avenge his sorrow and shun the pity in his name. Of thy love for him, The battle for Incendia, Chorda and the Emperor. What? Didn't he just pledge himself to our side against Incendia? And now we didn't kill her, and he now attacks us for banishing her? What? That feels like a bug. Right? Like, what the heck? We got you to support us. This game is so bugged sometimes. I mean, Marazhai, what happened to him, for example?
Your arrogance
And now we're fighting him.
downfall.
Cross them!
And we are also fighting Chorda's enforcers. What the heck? Maximum confusion. I don't get it at all. Welp. It's so buggy. Right? It can't be true. And I mean, if it's supposed to be like that, it is bad writing.
I'll make
Here
it
you go,
happen.
Cassia. Then we fight. But it kind of makes all the checks. You convinced him to join you, didn't you? I did. And also did checks for that and used my iconoclast rank, and he was like, yeah, now I see it, and
On it.
he really seems, well, at least he seemed really on our outside. Apparently not. Weird.
If I may,
Thinking about maybe just attacking the right side first. Very
I'm
well.
afraid not.
Let's move forward a little bit. So we don't hurt Ulfar.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I obviously did this the dogmatic way, and he didn't attack me. Makes sense, but I mean, it doesn't make sense that you get him to join you and attacking Chorda and then acting all out when you get Chorda to peacefully leave. Like, he was on board with killing her. It's so weird.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Oh well. A little bit frustrating. How much momentum do we have? Ah. Come on, Cassia. Going to go for an extra turn for
I'll
Yrliet.
paint your death in colors.
Okay.
That is beneath me.
Line of sight. And we go here.
I approach the designated position.
Kinda
deal
really
death
weird
with
that we
my
have to
hands.
kill Hieronymus.
If it serves your cause. Fortune favors the swift.
He's so odd.
I understand your ancestors guide me.
Maybe I should mark people as prey.
This tedium is beneath me.
Just a wild guess.
You cannot force me, Elantak.
Okay.
I will not. Fortune favors the swift. If it serves
Nice.
your cause.
God damn it. Mirror.
I am not your seed. Another soul slips beyond the veil. Stop trying, monkey. I understand.
Let's take care of
your intent.
Hieronymus.
No weakness is hidden from my sight.
And there you go,
Moving
old man.
No more.
I didn't want to kill you. I tried not to.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Such a weird battle. Ah, she gets a turn cause someone used their heroic moment. That is so cool that she now can do that. And so insanely powerful.
Isn't this a job for the
And more.
me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
And you could go Bad wolf.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Now let's give you another
Accept your
turn.
lot.
Here we
Isn't
go.
this a job for another foe painted black?
Oh. I'm kinda hitting my allies. Oh well.
I have read
Happens.
tomes of military tactics.
And here we go.
I am a navigator. Try to die with grace, at least.
Why did we have to do this battle? So strange. Oh no, are you attacking us now too? No, you're just celebrating. Okay. The dame surveys the carnage and says dryly and morosely, "What a mess. Thank you for helping me deal with it, your lordship. The help has been invaluable, but the Caspelicum mission will nonetheless try to approximate a match its value in the most generous of terms." So, what are you meaning to do next? Restore control, free the prisoners and give merchants back their impounded cargo. I'll replace the lowlives her ladyship put in the charge with my own lowlives. I'll take care of those of the station's sectors that are slowly dying in isolation. And then, of course, I'll send an envoy to the Lord Inquisitor to bring him the news and inform him of my willingness to cooperate. Yeah, I guess that's important. Do you realize that the way Footfall is governed must change? And I understand. A time of war requires Footfall's public liberties to be curbed temporarily. The station will cause you no trouble and will provide any help that is required. I'll communicate that those partners of mine who have been lucky enough to survive Lady Chorda's rule. Congratulations, your lordship. You have one less rival in the Expanse. We just got 500 reputation? Oh well. Now that we've dealt with the pressing issues, do you have any other instructions regarding the station's governance going forward? After all, Footfall is now under your exclusive personal protection. Nice. Our station. The dame and everyone in the pub looks at you expectantly. Footfall is exhausted and wounded by Chorda's cruelty. I'm going to have shelter set up where those in need and pain can find a roof over their heads, sustenance, and medical aid. Yeah, okay. Look at this path. The entire gathering glorifies your name with a joyful chant. In their eyes, you see hope with a dash of mistrust. The station's inhabitants aren't used to such magnanimity. However, something in your voice gives them hope that you are not putting on a show, and that perhaps this is the beginning of a new and less grim period in the station's history. Finally turning the station over to good. Hey, level up! Let's see how long it will take. Characteristic. I guess Fellowship would be cool, but we could also just go for intelligence. But most things we do are based on Fellowship. Common talent. So a boring one. Advanced skill, Lore Imperium. Let's go with that. So it will be a faster level up, I think. Oop. Here we go. Characteristic for Yrliet. Agility? Or perception? Or... let's go with perception. Also go for some... No, more perception. Go. Pasqal Human. We're going to go with intelligence. And relations. Let's see, can we increase another stat? Can even increase intelligence. Nice. Maybe strength to do a little bit more damage. Here we go. And Heinrix. Here we go. Heinrix is going to go for more, I think, agility, cause that helps with the whole assassin stuff. Resolve is that here, right? Hymns of Hatred, here we go. Ulfar. I kind of feel inclined to just go for more strength. Because, I mean, Ulfar in general has just like insanely high stats. And strength deals more damage. Here we go. Hunter. More strength. There we go. And last but not least, Cassia. With Cassia, we're going to go for willpower. Because that increases all our navigator powers. Let's see if we want to get another navigator talent. Protection. Stare. I think we have the best ones already. We can do this to increase our perception a little bit. Routes, ways. In the last 10 levels, you can have a Psychic Awakening and be an unsanctionized Psyker. Ooh, that's cool. That's really cool. Then again, I'm not using Psyker powers too much, unfortunately. I mean, unless you count Cassia as a Psyker, which he kinda is. Let's go with more willpower. What a messy area. And in the end, it didn't have us at all to do preparations. Hieronymus still died, and we didn't need the rest of the people.
I always have a backup plan.
Off we go. But before we do that, it's interesting that where the shadows are deepest of all is still on wait. It's been ages. What are we waiting for? Heavy Xeno mesh. We don't use heavy armor. Yeah, we should use heavy armor. But we didn't pick the classes for that. You nice. Auto striking power sword. I'm okay, thank you. I'm quite dizzy today, but I'm going to potentially use it to have some free time tomorrow. I think that's very fair. I also have that sometimes that I get like really dizzy and lightheaded, and it's horrible. So feel you, get better soon, and take the time off you need. I'm kind of stressed from the week, had lots of very exhausting appointments, and yeah, lots of things on my plate, but gaming right now and streaming is really helping me wind down, so that's nice. And I hope, well, it will continue over the next 1 or 2 weeks, but it will get better. Thanks for asking. Also, BG3 is going great. I keep looking at mods now. Nice. Any mods in particular? I think we're done with Footfall. Or the hair mods, or the eye texture mods. I saw quite some of the hair mods and also used them for, I did like with a friend, like well, portrait of us as characters in the game, which is really nice. I also have it there. Can't see that because it's way off my camera, but printed it as a poster, which was really fun to make also. But I never saw any eye texture mods. Sounds cool. Game autosaved. Why didn't I just leave? Oh well. How do I get off this planet? How? How do I leave? Oh, nice. Like that. I was looking at clothes mods, mostly for women for obvious reasons. No, I don't get what you mean. That's the person who puts Gale into the angel outfit. Ah, it's a nice outfit. I wonder if the Ultra Templum Calixus X17 ever gets important. It wasn't so far. I'm really confused. Okay, what's the next quest we want to take care of? And we're still waiting for where the shadows are deepest. I wonder if that's just bugged. There's a nice clothing mod. I don't know if it works with the current version, but it was called Bag of Clothes, I think. And they are really nice clothes. Like, unfortunately, not all the clothes in the game, but quite a lot of them. And also kinda hot ones. Both for guys and women. So I can recommend that one. There's also the one I used for the stream, but at some point I had to take it away. Oh, we have new contracts. We have 111 people. What the heck? I think we don't need any of things like just conversing one thing into another type of resource. We could buy more phlogiston, but I think it's too late. I don't think we need that. Anyway, I wanted to look for the next quest to do. For normals, we have to wait on the Eldari world, visit Dagonus. We can go for Dagonus, I think it's directly connected to the system. It's also because you don't get a clothes shop until X3. True.